Good evening, Bante. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's guided meditation will be led by Ajahn Sangāmaji. Thank you, Ajahn, for giving us the meditation, despite you having 4 days straight retreat. Just a quick announcement for upcoming events. On Monday to Thursday night, 7 to 7:30, we have Healthy Habit Meditation Sit, led by Ajahn Sadhguru. But this week we have a special guest on Tuesday. We have Ajahn Jayasara. So she's from Sydney, Viveka Hermitage. It's a very popular YouTube channel. And on Thursday, we have Sydney Plum Village Abbot, Brother Pahai. He will provide some guided meditations. And also on Monday to Thursday morning, for New Day, New Mind meditation sit, that start from 4 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. It's led by Ajahn Nando. So you can join any time between 4 a.m. to 6:30, but Ajahn Nando will offer the guidance from 6 to 6:30 a.m. And on Tuesday, we usually have the sit meditation led by the lay teacher. And on Saturday, we have 1 day silent meditation provided by Ajahn Upeka. And on Sunday, Dhamma talk, we have the talk provided by Bante Akaliku. So for those new, the format of meditation is Bante will provide a quick introduction, and then we meditate until 8:30, and afterwards we have time for questions. And if you're here on the hall, would you please check if your phone is off? So now we pass it back on to Bante. Thank you again, Bante.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome everyone. Welcome back to some people here. Just a meditation. And those of you who have been here in the last few days, also on Sunday we're doing a metta meditation, and that's what I want to do again. It's simply something very good, something very wholesome, and I think something very needed in our lives. Also some conversations that I had with people here in recent days really made it clear how important it is to have a kind and forgiving, accepting and well-wishing attitude towards everyone, including ourselves. That's what I want to do in this guided meditation. I think particularly in these times where we have so many opportunities to compare our lives with the lives of idealized lives we see on different medias, can be social media, can be media, where people want to sell us something, a better life, and so easily that kind of discontent with the way things are and with the way we are and with the way other people are can arise. So a kind and accepting and well-wishing attitude is really incredibly helpful for both being more in harmony with ourselves and being in harmony with others. So that's two main parts I want to include in this meditation. I want to go through the process with you first before we do it, and then we do it. And so basically thinking of ourselves and really creating a caring and accepting attitude, thinking of ourselves and wishing us well, wishing us a happiness that is in accordance with the Dhamma. Happiness, not so much the happiness of sensual pleasures, the happiness of status or being admired or getting what we want, but a happiness that is much more in line with the Dhamma, the happiness of absence of greed, hatred and delusion, or expressed in a positive way, wishing ourselves to be at ease and be content and to have clarity and brightness and to experience peace, which we concluded our retreat today with a discussion. That's the highest happiness, and that's the happiness that is independent of getting what we want out of circumstances, how other people see us, what we have achieved in the world. Peace is something that we can develop inside. So wishing that to ourselves and wishing that to others. We can think of the people here, we can think of the people who join on the live stream, and gradually developing that for everyone in the world. I will start with a guided meditation for the first minutes, maybe 15 minutes. And then, as you like, you can continue. If you have developed some metta in your heart, you can just dwell with that. Or if you like, just start again and go through thinking of different people, yourself and others. And after we've gone through one round of that, you can also basically think of everyone who comes to your mind and have the same kind of accepting, welcoming, forgiving and kind thoughts for them. And again, even metta meditation, we should not approach with an attitude of achievement that we have to become a better person or we have to be a great meditator. If it happens, it's great. If it doesn't happen, we have acceptance even for that and gradually develop a kind attitude. That's the most important thing. Sometimes it's only thoughts, and that's also fine. That will also have an effect. Sometimes it's an emotion and feelings that can also be very useful, and we can allow that to gradually change our attitude, develop more kindness and friendliness in ourselves, and have that for everyone who comes in contact with us. So a few words of introduction, and now I want to start with the actual meditation. So I invite you to sit comfortably, really as it fits. This is not like not an endurance or any kind of stress, but just be comfortable, making ourselves at ease. And relaxing, a few relaxing breaths. It can be good to focus on the out-breath, letting go with the out-breath. And meditation time also means a time where we can allow ourselves to let go of the past and let go of the future. This is a time we can set aside for relaxing into the present moment and developing a wholesome state of mind. If thoughts about the past and future come, we can just know that and come back to our meditation. And in the present moment, as we are sitting here, we can become aware of how we are sitting here, aware of the bodily sensations, experiencing the body just as it is sitting here. Maybe you notice the breath going in and going out. You can stay with that for a while. Or just that perception of sitting here. And developing a kind and accepting attitude for just this being sitting here, for ourselves. Kind and welcoming and forgiving attitude. May I be well, may I be at ease. Allowing ourselves to be at ease. And having kind thoughts of acceptance towards ourselves. I accept me as I am and offer me my friendship. Acceptance for ourselves and being our own best friend, kind and forgiving. And we can, in our mind's eye, try to see ourselves in all different situations, going through our lives, happy times, challenging times, sometimes happy, sometimes sad, sometimes depressed, sometimes glad, sometimes at ease, and sometimes not. All the different beings, all the different states that we go through, none of which is really our essential self, but we can have an accepting attitude towards ourselves. Sometimes we like ourselves, sometimes we don't. It's just changing. I accept me the way I am. And offer me my friendship. Acceptance for all the different states, all the different selves that we seem to be. When we're proud or when we're ashamed, whatever. Good enough. Having this quality, this accepting quality of mind, good enough. No need to struggle now. I accept me the way I am and I offer me my friendship. And staying with that for a while. Maybe we know of someone who had this or has this accepting attitude towards us that can also strengthen this perception and show us that we are acceptable. Good enough. I accept me as I am and offer me my friendship. Acceptance and wishing happiness. Wishing ourselves to be completely content. You can imagine yourself. How would that be? Maybe in your mind's eye you can see an expression, a facial expression of contentment. How would that feel? May I be content. It's not a demand, but it's something that we can grant ourselves. A kind wish for ourselves. May I be content. Free from any longing that drives us, any lack that we experience. Contentment, which can be independent of outer circumstances. May I be content and at ease, wishing ourselves ease. Again, not a demand, we should be always at ease, but just granting ourselves. How would that be? And imagining ourselves totally at ease. No struggle, no fighting, no aversion. A wholesome happiness, being at ease. May I be at ease. I'm staying with that for a while. What a kind wish. And wishing ourselves to have a clear and bright mind, free from confusion, free from doubts and worries, clarity, similar to a mountain lake with clear water, where you can see down to the ground. How would that be? Wouldn't that be wonderful? And granting ourselves that wish, because it's a wholesome wish. And it's actually something that can come from Dhamma practice. Wishing ourselves clarity. And peace. May I be at peace. And again granting ourselves this wish, this happiness of peace. And even if the reality may not always be like that, granting ourselves, may I be content, at ease, clear and bright and at peace. And still maintaining this accepting quality, acceptance and wishing peace. This also goes very well with the in and the out breath. Breathing in acceptance, breathing out wishing peace. Acceptance, wishing peace. And staying with that for some time. And turning our kind attitude towards others, we can widen our awareness to those who are sitting here with us, maybe those who join somewhere else, or simply the people in our near environment. Giving them the same gift of acceptance. People we meet in our lives, sometimes easy, sometimes difficult, knowing that they are also going through the same ups and downs in life, going through all these different situations, sometimes succeeding, sometimes not, sometimes happy, sometimes not, sometimes peaceful, sometimes not. Accepting you all just as you are, and having kindness and friendship. Acceptance and wishing peace. Acceptance and wishing peace. And again thinking of those around us and understanding that they too, just like us, just want to be happy. And wishing them happiness. May you be well, may you be happy, may you be at ease. Again, we can imagine how beautiful it would be if those around us could experience wholesome happiness, and wishing you contentment, ease, clarity and peace. Wishing you all the best. May you be at ease. May you be content and clear and bright and peaceful, without worry, without struggles, without being pushed and pulled by unfulfilled desires. Wishing you contentment, ease, clarity, and peace. Acceptance and wishing peace. Acceptance and wishing peace. The thoughts can be easily used to again and again turn our minds to this quality of metta, kindness, with acceptance and wishing peace. Acceptance and wishing peace. And widening our awareness gradually to all living beings. And as the Buddha instructed us, thinking of all the different directions, all beings in front of us, wishing them well, a kind, forgiving and accepting attitude for all beings in front of us. Acceptance, wishing peace. Acceptance and wishing peace. And to our right, kind and caring and well-wishing. Acceptance and wishing peace. Acceptance and wishing peace. Those behind us, whoever may be living there, having acceptance and wishing peace. Acceptance and wishing peace. And those to our left, the same forgiving, accepting, well-wishing attitude, acceptance and wishing peace. And above and below, all beings there, may you be well. I meet you with a kind and friendly attitude, with acceptance and wishing you peace, happiness, true happiness and peace. And all directions, just like a round source of light that can shine in all directions. The quality of metta that we have developed in our heart or mind. This can be a feeling, or just an attitude, or just kind thoughts. That's allowed to be there for everyone, without omissions. And even here, also contentment, no matter how strong or subtle, just allowing it to be there for everyone. If it were a light, just to remove the obstructions in all directions, so that everyone who can come near can see it. For everyone, kindness for everyone, an acceptant attitude, wishing happiness, true happiness and peace. And we can keep up this awareness, we can remind ourselves again and again, just with these simple thoughts, maybe with the in-breath and the out-breath, acceptance and wishing peace, acceptance and wishing peace, and to all a friend, and accepting and wishing peace, acceptance and wishing peace, and staying with that for the rest of the meditation, or maybe to generate more of this quality, to go back and think of yourself and others. This can be also just living beings that come to your mind. We can just touch them with this kind and forgiving and well-wishing attitude of acceptance and wishing peace. Acceptance and wishing peace. Acceptance, wishing peace. Acceptance, wishing peace. getting close to the end of our meditation time. We can close our meditation by coming to the present moment and the environment that we're sitting, becoming aware of the body sitting here again, becoming aware of our state of mind, if it has changed, how it has changed, and still having an accepting quality for whatever is. And appreciation for the effort to develop wholesomeness, for the effort in meditation, and also gratitude for this opportunity, and gratitude for those who have supported us in life and in the Dhamma, in the practice, who have made it possible for us to develop these good things in our lives. Let's take a few moments to arrive, and then we have about half an hour for questions and answers. Just a few breaths. Yeah, if there are any questions and answers, you can go ahead. Questions or remarks. Or, yeah.
Thank you, Bante. We alternate the question between in the hall and online. If you have any question, would you please raise your hand? I'll pass you the mic.
Is there anyone online? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. 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 I also want to express actually my gratitude. First of all, my appreciation for you to come here. Some of you have seen several times in the last few days, so there are people who really dedicate their time, which is usually limited in lives, to the practice of Dhamma, so that's wonderful. And also doing this meditation, I just remembered how much I have actually learned from others, which is usually how we grow in the Dhamma, by listening to the Dhamma and then applying it, and then after some time it becomes like our own, but it's all conditioned and dependent on what we have heard. Of course, first of all, the Buddha was the first Kalyana Mitta who understood for himself, but then also all the other people in our lives, maybe friends, maybe monastics, maybe just people who have helped us to find the Dhamma. It's, just to express this appreciation now.
Bante, we just have a question on our online. So the question is, happy to hear the Dhamma talk of BSV. The question is around what state of mind is required for communicating to devas.
I don't know from experience. Yeah. Usually for higher powers, that's usually based on the fourth jhana, but I can't really tell you much about that from experience. So you would have to develop deep samadhi up to the fourth jhana. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Bante. Okay.
Yeah.
Really appreciated the 4 days retreat.
Thank you,
Bante, and thank you for sharing your wisdom.
Yeah. And even if we cannot communicate with the devas, we can live like the Brahmas by practicing metta and the other Brahma Viharas. Kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy and equanimity. So I think that's much better actually than communicating with the devas, because that can really bring you forward and can bring a lot of goodness into your life and can also be a support on the end to all suffering. So yeah. Okay. I think we don't have any. Yeah, there's someone.
Ask one question.
Yes.
It's not really yet Buddhism, but just for the sake of that question, I suppose.
Uh-huh.
On Sunday, I was on the internet and I watched part of the Dhamma talk, and I noticed that when you were describing an idea through the sentence, you would always look above to the right-hand side.
Uh-huh.
And my idea is that you're drawing down intuitive comments, which gives the idea that we've got these energy fields, which Theravada Buddhism doesn't really speak about, but Tibetan Buddhism does, in that we've got, in Tibetan Buddhism, you've got different, like the astral, the causal body, etc.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, that's just like an observation, which
Okay.
can be a question.
Uh-huh.
What's your thoughts about?
Well, the Buddha is sitting on the right side. Not to my awareness that I'm drawing any ideas or energies. I think honestly it's just a habit of some people.
I think, sorry to interrupt, but
yeah.
I think that when we are looking for an idea, we always look, everybody does it really, everybody looks to the right-hand side. So I always get the impression that if we've got other energy bodies, then we're drawing information from outside of our body, our mind, and I just have this idea that intuitively we're drawing down ideas, which is part of our wisdoms, I suppose. What's your idea about it?
As you said, we don't have any information about that in the Theravada tradition or in the suttas, so it's not something that I am really aware about. Yeah.
Good.
If it so happens, the thoughts that I was sharing were thoughts that I usually have, so it wasn't like an revelation or they could very well have come from this mind, but it's an interesting observation. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you again, Bante, for tonight's guided meditation.
Yeah, very welcome. Do you usually end by bowing to the Buddha together? Do we usually end by paying respects to the Buddha together? So let's do that. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantang Abhivadimi. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami. Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Sanghang Namami. Wishing you good further practice and